This happened just last week, on April 24th, 2026. Me, along with a few of my cousins, went for a picnic at the French Beach in Karachi. It's a very popular beach, but what we experienced there didn't feel normal at all. It was our first time going there. We didn't even know the exact timing of the event we were invited to. By the time we reached, it was already getting dark. Around 5 in the evening, but the sky already felt heavy and dim. As soon as we arrived, we started unloading our belongings. There was a small caretaker's room, a short distance away from the main hut. The caretaker stopped us and said, "Wait here, let me open the hut and clean it first." He went inside, lit some wood, and as soon as he opened the doors, thick smoke started coming out, along with something else: bugs. Not just a few, hundreds of them. I had never seen that many bugs in one place before. We stood outside, just watching, as he tried to clear the place using burning wood. After a while, we finally went inside. We placed our things, started settling in, but there was something strange, a very odd smell. Not just dampness, something heavier, unpleasant. We ignored it, thinking maybe the place had been closed for days. We started unpacking food. Some of us ate, and then we headed toward the beach to enjoy. The women stayed back to arrange things. Everything felt normal for a while, until suddenly we heard a loud scream. Everyone froze. We ran back toward the hut. One of my cousins, who had gone to rest in the women's room with her child, was standing there terrified, shaking. She kept saying, "There's someone at the window. Someone is standing there." We asked, "Who? A person? A thief?" She looked at us and said something that made the air feel heavier. No, it wasn't human. For a moment, no one said anything. We informed the caretaker. He casually replied, "There are no animals here. Maybe she imagined it or saw something in her sleep." We didn't want to panic, so we ignored it and went back to the beach. But the peace didn't last long. After some time, one of the kids went to the washroom, and within seconds she came running back, screaming, crying. We rushed toward her. She said, "I saw someone in the mirror, standing behind me." Her voice was trembling. We checked the washroom. Nothing. Empty. But I'll be honest. For a moment, even I felt something. Like someone was there. But we still ignored it. We tried to continue enjoying ourselves. Time passed. Daylight faded. Evening turned into night. At some point, a stray dog appeared near the hut. It looked normal at first. We threw food toward it. The dog slowly walked closer, then started eating. But suddenly it stopped, froze, and started staring directly inside the hut. Its body became stiff. Then, without warning, it started barking, as if it had seen something. That's when something clicked in my mind. I've raised dogs before, and I know they react differently when they sense something we can't see. I turned to my cousins and said, "Let's leave early. Something doesn't feel right here at night." They laughed, made fun of me, but deep inside, I knew something was wrong. Eventually, we agreed to leave. I informed the driver to get ready. He was sitting in the car, calmly watching something on his mobile. Time passed. We decided to have tea before leaving, but that small delay changed everything. By the time we packed, it was completely dark. We went to the van and tried to start it. It didn't start. We tried again. Nothing. Panic slowly started building. The caretaker came and asked, "You're not leaving?" We said, "The car isn't starting." He looked at us and said something strange. "You should leave quickly. It gets very dark here. It's not good to stay." The way he said it didn't feel normal. We asked him to bring a mechanic. He left. We went back inside the hut to pack the remaining things. And then it happened. Suddenly, all the lights went off. Complete darkness. We checked the switches. They were turned off. We turned them back on. The lights came back. We continued packing, and then again, everything went dark. But this time, it wasn't just the lights. We heard something, a loud movement, like something being dragged or thrown. We turned on our phone flashlights, and what we saw didn't make sense. A heavy water dispenser, half filled with water, had been moved. No winds could do that. No person was there. And suddenly, it flipped. Water spilled all over the floor. Then again, darkness. At this point, we were scared. Really scared. We started pointing our flashlights around, and that's when we noticed something else. Shadows. Moving. Not clear, but something was there. And then we heard sounds. Strange sounds. Not human, not animal. Just wrong. We didn't wait anymore. We ran, all of us, straight towards the van. And as we were running, we saw something terrifying. That same dog was back, but this time with a few other dogs, all of them barking, not at us, but behind us, as if something was following us. They ran alongside us, almost like they were protecting us. We reached the van. The caretaker returned with a mechanic. We quickly loaded everything. The dogs stayed around us, still barking into the darkness. We pushed the van, everyone together, desperate to get out of there. Finally, the van started, and we drove away as fast as we could. The dogs kept running alongside us for a while, and then slowly disappeared into the dark. This is not just a story, this happened to me just 5 days ago, and I'm sharing this for one reason. If you ever go to French Beach, Karachi, and you find a hut standing alone with no other huts nearby and broken surroundings, be careful because whatever was inside that hut, we never saw it clearly, but it definitely saw us.